Namaste. Start in a tall spine, roll the shoulders back, pull and engage the core. Close the eyes and shift the attention to the third eye. We'll open with a little meditation this morning and breath work. When your mind wanders, draw it back, putting concentration in the third eye, space between the brows. Release, let the eyes relax. Bring the thumb and the ring finger close to the face. Close off the right nostril. Inhale through the left. Close left. Release, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Continue. Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breath. Next time you exhale out the left, just release the hands down, natural breath. Opening up nasal passages, equalizing the hemispheres of the brain, and bringing some energy and vitality to the body, yet with meditative mind. Bringing the hands into heart center. The thumbs will press against the chest. Dip the chin in toward the prayer hands. And begin with opening gratitude. Fill your heart space with a sense of gratitude. What you're grateful for is your choice. Open us with mantra, and after do 3 ohms with me, and we will begin moving. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Om Sahanau Bhavatu Sahanau Punaktu Saha viryam karavavahai tejasvinavaditamastu vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take an inhale breath. Om. In breath. Om. Inhale. Perhaps set an intention for your practice this morning. An intention can be anything that you need. It can be a dedication or a devotion. Throughout the practice, return to your intention mentally. Let the eyes flutter open, reach the arms out and up toward the sky, interlace the fingers, flip the palms. Exhale, chin comes in toward the chest. In breath, gaze up, out breath, side bend right. Inhale, coming up, hold to the outside of the head. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Release. In breath, left hand to right knee. Roll the right shoulder back. Exhale, gaze behind. Release. Neutral position. In breath, arms out and up, gaze follows. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms. Exhale, chin into chest. In breath, neutral. Out breath, side bend left. In breath, up. And exhale, ear to shoulder. Right hand to the left knee, inhaling. Exhale, roll and open. In breath, back into center. Hands on the knees or thighs. 3 rounds of seated cow-cat. Inhale. Exhale, arc the spine behind. In breath, extend the lungs, reach to the sky. Out breath, curl it in, pulling in belly. One more, in breath. Out breath. Neutral position. Come to sit. Remove any props that you may have. Hands come behind. And let's push in to the floor while we raise our bum on an inhale breath. In breath, coming up into tabletop pose. Reverse tabletop. Exhale, dropping it down. Do that for 2 more times, starting to engage in the hands, shoulders, and hips. Exhale down. Really feel the stretch and reach as we lift. Pushing feet into floor. Exhale, coming down. Keep the feet connected. And now we'll start to windshield wiper. So in breath and out breath, moving right to left. Warming up into our hips. A few more, move with breath. And last time. Coming back into center, come to sit. hips from side to side, getting the bum flesh out of the way. Feet are flexed and the legs are straight. If it's too intense for the hamstrings this early, just keep a little micro bend into the knee. Pulling the belly in and place the hands down by your sides. Press into the floor. Let the chin come in. Dandasana pose. Feel the strength and the power of the whole body in this pose. And release from Dandasana. Inhaling, point the toes. Exhale, bring them back. Mindfully moving with breath forward and back. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time. From our flexed position, roll the feet out, down, and around. So we're circling our ankles here, making sure that we're warmed in to the joints. Coming back into center and reach the arms up into the air on the in-breath. Out-breath, hold on to the right wrist, side bend over toward the left. Next in-breath, coming up. Release and switch sides. Exhale to the right. Inhale, coming up. Now relax those legs completely and just round the spine over, giving a little relief to the spine. Let the palms come up to the sky, relaxing into the wrists, the hamstrings. Breathe. Just feel a bit of stretch in the lower spine, upper body. Release, roll that up. Spread the feet just a little bit wider than hip width apart. We're going to circle into the feet again. So we'll start first by the pointing and flexing. So in breath to point, curl the toes in, exhale back. In and out. Coming back on our last exhale breath here with the feet flexed. Now we're going to circle the ankles in, around, and out. Coming into our seated posture. Bring the right shin in and squeeze it in as tight as you're able to. Pose of nobility. Open the knee out to the right. Let the sole of the foot come into the inner left thigh. Flexing, reach the arm up in the air on the in-breath. And as we out-breath, lift a little farther and then let the hands come down. Anywhere is fine. On the outside of the ankle, you can hold on to the shin. If you have a little more flexibility, you can reach for the toes. In breath, extend and reach the chest. Out breath, shift a little forward and fold in possibly a little more. Now you have to be safe here. Remember that I'm only here to lead and guide, and it's up to you to listen to your body. Don't go too deep. Don't try things that your body is not yet warmed up for, and just listen to your internal self in our practice. We breathe. Release. Reach the arms forward and up toward the sky. And as we exhale, little revolve, twist to the right, using our left hand to press in the inner thigh, stretching out into our hip. The gaze is behind. Coming back into center, Foot to the floor, another good squeeze before we switch sides. And now release, leg down, tall spine. Left foot comes in, squeeze here on this left side. Nice pose of nobility, pulling the shoulders down the back. Next in breath, open up, sole of the foot to the thigh. Flex right leg, reach the arms up in breath. Out breath, we lift and extend, coming to our place of challenge. And we breathe. Inhaling, extend the chest a little bit more. Out breath, reach maybe a centimeter deeper. Reach the arms, inhaling, coming up. Exhale, revolve to the left. Press into the thigh, gaze behind. Coming back into center. Release the legs, tall spine, and then transition onto all fours. Wrist, shoulders, knees, and hips in alignment. Spread the fingers. Test your knees. Tops of the toes or the tops of the feet. To keep pressure off the knees, all you have to do is press into the toes or press into the tops of the feet. You can also use a padded blanket underneath this space and leave it there for your entire practice. Press into the floorboards, suctioning the palms to the mat. Curl the fingertips in, engaging Hasta Bandha. Belly is pulled in. Feel the power of the shoulders and the belly in just this posture of tabletop pose. Breathe. Next in breath. Drop the belly, reach the tailbone up and the gaze into cow pose. Exhale, roll the tailbone in, arc the spine to the sky and chin to chest, cat pose. 2 more of these, moving with our breath. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. In breath, neutral position. Come onto the toes. Shift the hips back. And come down to the forearms, flipping the palms to the sky, getting off the wrists. Now, if you're doing this in the morning, we need to be really careful how we move in the morning. Fluid leaves the joints in our sleep, and so it takes a little while to get the hydration back into the bones through these movements. So we want to make sure that we're safe in our practice no matter what we're doing. Taking a time to come into deeper stretches, taking our time to awaken our bodies. If you're doing an evening practice, it's a good way to be able to really stretch and release tensions in the body before you go to sleep. So either way, good job, right? Put the palms down, walk your hands back, and now we're sitting on our heels. So this is a really good way to keep, as best as we're able to, the calcium deposits out of our toes, or at least keep some flexibility in our toes. The older that we get, the toes can curl and turn in as arthritis sets in. Our bodies are not designed to last forever. I know you know that, but do you know that? So we need to keep as much flexibility in our toes as possible so we can keep our balance as we age. Next in breath, come to stand on those knees and reach the arms up in the air on the inhale. Exhale, hold on to the right wrist, side bend over toward the left. In breath coming up, switching sides. Exhale, side bend, right. Inhaling up, exhale, hands down. Extend the left leg behind, toes to the mat, and push back, exhaling here. You can even do little pulses just to kind of get some extra movement into the calves and also continue to grease up the ankles. Next in breath, reach that leg up, bend the knee, push the foot up toward the sky. Now let's open the hip to the side and bring it down and push back up. So open, bring it down and push it up. And one more. Open, knee down, push up. Extend that leg back, bring it in. Second side. Right leg, toes to the floor, push back, do little pulses. Coming back up and through, bend the knee, push the foot up toward the floor. And now open, bring it and push it back up. Two more. Move with your breath, working into the butt and the hips. Last one. And releasing down. Curl the toes, lift the hips up and back into a down dog pose, and start to pedal out the legs. Now while we're in our down dog, pull the biceps in toward the ears, puffing out back side body just a bit, protecting our shoulders. Come into a static position, down dog, press into the hands, pushing the chest back. Keep the legs as straight as you're able to, but if we need to bend the knees, bend the knees. Heels may or may not touch the earth. It's not important either way. We just push in and push back, grounding our feet and hands into the floor. Notice the shift of change in breath as we hold in this pose. The bottom of the breath, look forward. One step or several, getting to the front. Feet about hip width apart, legs straight but not locked. So micro bend in the knee, fold over. Crown of the head to the floor. Bend the knees, reach the arms out and up as we come to standing pose. Gaze up, exhaling, hands down into heart center, and release. Now let's do a little bit of Kundalini breath work just to engage and get more energy into the body. Place the hands lightly, fingertips touching lightly on the back of the head. Open the elbows wide, pull the belly in. We'll inhale and exhale forcefully through the nose. It sounds like this. As we twist from side to side. So inhale left, exhale right. Here we go. Three, two, one, and release. Rocking gently from side to side. Feel the vitality that comes into the mind and the body from this space. Coming back into center. Reach the right arm up. In breath as we exhale. Turn the hips, keeping the feet facing forward. Place the left hand on the right shoulder and open up the chest. Gaze can be behind, and you can twist as deeply as you like. Keep feet facing center toward the front of the mat. Feel the feet pressing in, shoulder pressing back. Deep shoulder stretch here. If this bothers your neck to look back, just keep your head more neutral. Release that arm down, bring it up, back up to the sky. Cross it over the top of your head. Let it hang heavy. Lift the chest here on the in-breath, and out-breath, a little bit of a side bend over toward the right. So we're working a little bit more here. The arm uses as kind of a weight on the top of your head. Very safe here for that, but just to get a little bit more into the stretch here. Next in breath, we come up, taking that arm back up, wrap it around, clasp on it to the wrist with the left hand, gently pull, no yanking, gently walk that arm in. Pull the left elbow in toward the body, getting a good deep stretch here. Now release the hold and let the right hand slide up the back just a little bit. So it looks like that. And rolling back this left shoulder. Just a deeper shoulder stretch. Releasing that arm down and roll that shoulder 2 or 3 times each direction. Second side. Left arm reaches up, in breath. Out breath, twisting back. Right hand supports, and we reach and gaze. And remember, your neck doesn't have to be looking back. If it bothers your neck, just look neutral. A few more breaths here. And release. Coming back in, reach that arm up. Let it come over the top. Light clasp of the wrist. And lift and go over here. Hold and breathe. Release, coming up, letting that arm come behind, clasp on, don't pull, just gently move it over, and then pull that elbow in toward the backside body. Breathe. Releasing the hand down, snaking that hand up just a touch if it's comfortable, up toward the top, and hold here. Release gently, and then roll that shoulder around a couple times, maybe each direction, just relieving tensions. A few sun salutations to start to add more energy into our practice. So in breath, reaching the arms out and up, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, coming into a forward fold. The knees can be bent here for the spine. In breath, left leg back, down to the knee, gaze is up. Plant the hands, step back, down dog, exhale. In breath, knees, chest, chin, and cobra pose. Reach. Bend the knees, up and back, exhale, down dog. In breath, left foot to the front, down to the knee, the gaze is up. Out breath, back foot up, and fold. Bend the knees, arms out and up. Exhale, release. Same thing, second side. Inhaling up. Exhale. In breath, right foot back, down to the knee, gaze is up. Plant the hands, exhale, down dog. In breath, knees, chest, chin, and cobra pose. Reach. Out breath, down dog. In breath, right foot to the front, down to the knee, gaze is up. Out breath, back foot up, fold. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, release. Adding on. Inhale. Exhale. In breath, left foot back, down, arms reach. Hands down, step back, down dog, exhale. In breath, knees, chest, chin, and cobra. Out breath, down dog. In breath, left foot to the front, down to the knee, arms reach. Hands down, out breath, fold. Reach them up, inhale. Exhale, release, same side, second. Same thing, second side, in breath, out breath. Right foot back, down to the knee, up. Hands down, down dog. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, exhale. In breath, out breath. Breathe. Reaching hands into heart center, inhaling. Exhale, step the right foot back, all 10 toes facing same direction. Reach the arms out on the inhale. Exhale, turn the left foot, sinking in warrior two pose. Hold here for a breath or two, really working in. Deep stretch. Make the arms active, not limp. Extend away. Pull the shoulder blades down. Bend into the front knee. Work the outside edge. So really work the pose. Drop the back hand, flip that front palm. Inhaling up. Warrior, peaceful. Breathe. Reaching those arms back into our in-breath, warrior two. Interlace those fingers, lift the chest. Exhale, fold in, reaching the arms up. Breathe. Release the hands, spin up on those back toes. Dropping down to the back knee, engage the core, reach the arms up, maybe a little bit of a back bend. And as we exhale, modify twist toward the left. Back into center, arms reach back up. Exhale, hands down, come off of the back knee. Place the hands on the floor, stepping back into plank. And either knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Down dog pose. Hold and breathe. The bottom of your next breath, look forward, step to the front. Straight legs with a micro bend in the knee and fold over. Hold on to the elbows. Rock a little from side to side. Bend the knees. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Hands overhead, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, hands down. Release, Tadasana pose. Hands come back into center, into prayer posture. Stepping left leg back, all 10 toes facing. Widen your step. Arms reach in breath. Out breath. Right foot turns to the front. Bend to the knee. Gaze over the front. Veer to second side. So we're going to hold here. Remember, for a few breaths, really kind of working into the pose. Finding some space here. Feet are grounding in. Our upper body is lifting up. Arms are strong. Rolling the shoulders back. We breathe. Dropping the back hand, flipping the front, coming up into our peaceful warrior. Inhaling. Interlace the fingers, exhale, turn the chest in, and fold on our exhale breath. Humble fold. Release those hands to the floor. Spinning up on the back toes, drop down to that back knee. Inhale, reaching and rising up. Exhale, modified, twist toward the right. Reaching back up in breath. And out breath, hands down. Step into a plank on the inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, in breath. Out breath. Downward facing dog, hold and breathe. The bottom of your exhale, look forward, make your way to the front. Straight legs with tiny micro bend in the knee. All we're at is keeping you just from locking your joints together. So we're going to have a little micro bend there, folding over, crown of the head toward the floor. Arms out and up. Inhaling up. Exhale, release. Bring the feet together. Tadasana pose, bend the hips, reach the arms up, chair pose, Utkatasana, gaze is up, hold and breathe. Bring those hands down into prayer posture. And now reach the arms behind. In breath, lift. Out breath, chest meets the thighs. Fold it in. Inhale, straighten those legs. Exhale, little fold here, stretching out those shoulders. Release those hands to the floor. Come up into a half lift, getting the chest parallel to the floor. Plant the hands, send the right leg back, keep off of the knee. Walk the foot out to the edge. Left hand stays down, right arm reaches up in the air. Dragon twist. Maybe you can lift the hips up just a little bit, kind of getting a stretch for that front hamstring, opening the chest, and then you can drop the hips back down, engaging the back leg, really pressing away, and pull the inner thighs together just a bit to square off the hips. Top hand comes down to the inside, dropping down to the back knee, and come to your comfort level of fold here. So the hands can be on the ground, the forearms just stretching into that front hip. Make sure your breath is flowing. Don't hold your breath. It's so easy to do. We breathe. Now, if you want a little bit deeper, you can always come off of the back knee and fold in a little more. We'll feel a little more intensity, perhaps. You can also take this front foot and turn it out toward the left. So it depends on what you need in your body. Don't do anything that hurts, no pain. And also don't overdo what you're ready to do today or any day. And dropping down to that back knee, come up on the hands, walk that front foot over toward the opposite side. Extend the back leg, coming into pigeon pose. So that heel can pop back toward the hip, or it can be in 90 degrees. But what we don't want is pressure on the back knee, right? So pad the knee, or press the top of the toes or the top of the foot in. But we start out nice and tall, reaching our chest up toward the sky. Soften here. Keep that right foot flexed. And as ready, we can walk over and fold into our pigeon pose. Now continue to pull that right front hip back to level out the hips here. And again, if you feel pressure in the knee, press the toes in. Keep that pressure off if that bothers you. Hold and breathe. A few more breaths here. Pigeon pose. Really good for the hips. And we come out like we went in. Walk the hands back up. Get a little tall here. Plant the hands. Do your best to come back into down dog pose and pedal that out. Now left foot steps toward the front. We find ourselves in this nice low lunge. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches up, and maybe we can lift the hips a little, just to get a little grease in the hips and start to increase the hamstring. And then drop it back down. Hold the gaze. This always have the option of looking down or neutral as opposed to up. Pull the inner thighs together, keeping our hips square. Lizard twist here. Dragon twist. Top hand comes down and walk that front foot out to the outside edge, coming down to the back knee and your depth of fold. So it'll feel different from side to side. Adjust as needed. Remember, you can stay on the knee. You can come off of the knee. You can have those toes pointing toward the front of the mat, or they can be out toward the left. Just find some challenge here. And if you're off the knee, just drop it down. Come back up. Now walk that foot toward the right, coming into pigeon pose, second side. So shifting that other leg back. Front foot can be anywhere 90 degrees or more back toward the hip. So square off those hips wherever we are. Get some extension. Lift the chest up in breath. And as we're out, breathing out as we're ready, we come down onto the forearms. Or fully over. Remember to pull that front hip back, keeping the hips square here, keeping the work in the hips. Now do your best to just command those muscles to relax. Don't tense or tighten up. Do your best to soften and relax in this pose. Breathe. And reversing that process, coming up, doing your best to come onto all fours, feet together, knees wide, push back, child's pose, extend the arms forward, pressing into the floor, forehead on the floor or just reaching toward. Get a good little stretch here. Let the gaze go forward on the in-breath. Out-breath, walk the hands over toward the right and let the left hand maybe reach a little deeper. A little farther than the opposite one. Side body stretch. Hands walk back in and opposite side. Hands walk back in, walk them back. Little challenge at the end here. Bring the hands in, come up on those toes, soles of the feet together. Come up, stretching out the toes, the arches. And you keep your hands here. So it's kind of a frog position. You can keep your hands here. If you want to try some balance, try coming up, bringing the hands into heart center. Find a drishti point of focus. Just a good stretch for the feet at the end of practice as well as at the beginning. Wherever we are, release the hands back. Drop the bum down. Extend the legs out and scooch forward any amount that you need to. Walk the bum flesh out. Flex the feet. Reach the arms up in the air on the inhale breath. Exhale up and over any amount that works for you. Paschimottanasana. Inhaling, extend and reach the chest. Exhale, shift and fold any amount over. Doesn't have to be far. Do your own body here. Don't try to go farther than your body wants. Listening to the wisdom of the body. Find challenge though. Don't miss the challenge part. One more time, in breath. Reach the gaze forward. Exhale, maybe a little deeper. And roll the spine up one vertebrae at a time. Scoot forward, roll back. Bring the knees in toward the chest, rocking from side to side. Extend the right leg long. Fingers are interlaced over the shin or behind the thigh. And squeeze that knee in toward the chest. Now release your right hand holding onto the left, and we're going to circle that knee around. So out, away, across, and back in. 2 more of those. So we worked quite a bit into our hips. Want to relieve the tensions out of that. Now go the other way. So across, away, and out and back. 2 more of those. Want to leave the hips relaxed. Come into center and extend that leg out, breathing the other one back in. pull it in. Good deep squeeze. Release the right hand and out, across and in. 2 more. Reverse, knee in, down, out, and back. 2 more. Extend the legs long, arms overhead, interlace those fingers, flip the palms, stretch and reach everything away. Nice deep stretch. Bring the hands behind the head. Rest the head into the basket of the hands. Lift up, pull the elbows together, and pull the chin in toward the chest, stretching out the neck. Releasing that down. Walk the feet over to the left. Shift the torso a little toward the left, so we're finding this banana shape in our body. And then reach the arms up and over to, guess what, the left. So we have this banana shape, just getting a good deep stretch here. Feet are flexed and engaged. Release all that the other side. So walk the feet over to the right. Torso wiggles its way to the right. Arms over and shift them over toward the right. Banana side, up stretch on the second side. Coming back into center. Setting up for our shavasana. Lift the chest, roll the shoulders a little bit underneath, palms open, the feet flay out. Relaxing our feet, arches, toes, ankles. Relax the shins and the calves. Relax the knees, front and back. Relax the thighs and the bum. Relax the hips and the lower belly and feel the belly as it draws toward the earth on the exhale and lifts to the sky on the inhale. Relaxing fingers, palms. Relax the forearms, the elbows, biceps, and triceps. Relax the shoulders, the chest. Pause in the heart space, Anahata chakra. The center of the chest, philosophically, is considered our soul space, the place where our soul resides. Sometimes this chakra is called the gateway chakra because there are 3 below connected to the material world and 3 above connected to the area and space of consciousness. It's a place of our love and peace. Relax the jaw. Allow the tongue to pull away from the roof of the mouth. Relax the cheeks, the muscles surrounding the cheeks. Perhaps feeling a natural smile. Bring attention to the eyes. Try to widen the eyes here. So left to left, right to right. Feel that width across the front of the eyes. And now relax those eyes completely, let them fall toward the back of the skull. Relax the space between the brows. Relax the skin on the forehead. Finding full relaxation here. We release the body heavy into the floor. And start to feel the wave of our breath, the rise and fall, taking a ride on the eternal ocean of peace. If you have more time, hit pause on your device and just stay in this wonderful relaxing state. If you have less time, start to wiggle fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles. Reaching arms overhead for a full body stretch. And knees coming in toward the chest, squeezing in and rocking from side to side. Roll over on your right side and make a little pillow with your arms. Use your hands to press yourself up into any easy seated posture with a tall spine. Dip the chin slightly in toward the chest. Palms can be open or shut. Open palms signifies being open to something new. Closed palms can mean that you're ready to just close it out. So it's completely up to you. Bring the hands into heart center, prayer posture, Anjali Mudra, dipping the chin slightly into the chest. Om Savasham Swastir Bhavatu. May all beings experience the fulfillment of health and wellness. Savasham Shantir Bhavatu. May all beings experience fulfillment of peace. Savasham Punam Bhavatu. May all beings experience the fulfillment of life's journeys. Savasham Mangalam Bhavatu. May all beings experience God, the auspicious. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.